Hey everybody, it's Hylian Alchemist, and welcome to the first bonus video of Let's Play Sonic Adventure. Wow, I haven't done these bonus videos ever since my Let's Play of Kirby 64. So today we are going to be covering two things in here. First thing is that we're going to be searching for the rest of the overworld emblems I can get. Oh wait, I'm sorry, did I say emblems in plural? No, I'm actually overworld emblem. Yeah, that's right, there's only one emblem that we missed. And there's quite a bit of a good explanation for this, because there's only one emblem that only Tails can reach in the A carrier, and you actually have to do this in the A carrier's transformed state. The only thing about it is, though, is that you're actually unable to get it during the main story campaign of Tails. You actually have to beat the main story first. And the reason for that is because you can only access it like in the very same area where we fought Gamma. Well, as any of the characters, but we also fought him as Tails. Unfortunately, though, like, we weren't able to get it because of story progression, basically. Like, as soon as we go on there, then we would have to, the game automatically takes us to fight Gamma. And yeah, by the way, this is actually the way to change the A carrier shape. Like, even though it's crashed onto the ocean, you can actually, you're still able to transform the A carrier whenever you want to. So it still works like that, thankfully. But yeah, so once we got onto the deck, yeah, we can only reach here because we can't really reach into the other area. But yeah, the game takes us to fight Gamma, which is then followed by Tails taking Amy to escape from the A carrier, which is then followed by having to chase after Robotnik to the missile because he tried to destroy Station Square with it. Then it's followed by the final boss fight against Robotnik himself, and then Fred. So therefore, we were completely unable to get to that emblem because, you know, story progression. So you can only get that emblem. Like, yeah, you can see right there on the very top of that spinning platform. Yeah, you can only get this emblem after you beat Tails' scenario. And yeah, you can only get this as Tails, because, you know, he can fly up there. You can't really get it with any other character, unless, can we do that as Knuckles? No, well, I mean, he can glide, but I don't think we can reach it as Knuckles, even though he can glide, so, yeah, I guess we can only, reach this as Tails. But anyway, yeah, that's how you get the emblem right there, and like I said, it can only be accessible when you're when you've changed the A carrier to its second form. So yeah, it's actually one of the two things I'm covering. Now, I know I did say that the other thing I thought of covering at first was were the trial missions, like, you know, the A and B missions. I tried doing that, but guys, let me tell you this. Oh, did you see how I went into that opening, and then I just dropped back down, and the game still acknowledged that we're entering the area? Yeah, the game is weird like that. You can just be able to just get, as long as you got into the opening, then the game still registers that you're entering the new area. So yeah, yeah, I actually did try to cover the those other A and B missions myself, but when I tried that out, guys, let me tell you, unless if you're a hardcore gamer, but for me, I'm a little bit you know, casual. I tried doing that. It is near impossible. Like, I'll just give an example pretty soon. Oh, but first, well, actually, we just go back to Station Square. There's actually the next thing I'm going to be covering. So, let's go back to Station Square. And then as soon as we make it over here... Oh my god! Tails just transformed to Sonic! What's going on here? Okay, no, what I actually did is just switch back over to Sonic. But anyways, so yeah, what I'll do instead, I'll actually just talk about the those other trial missions that we did. Well, actually, I know I'm gonna be talking a lot over about it because there's actually one other thing that we're gonna be doing next. The one thing that I did say that I was gonna go over, that's gonna be the Chao Gardens. Yeah, I'm gonna be covering the Chao Gardens in this video. Now, I actually did something kind of stupid because I completely forgot what you actually had to do here. Where you can see here, that little gold egg right there, that is actually a Chao egg. And so, what you want to do is that if you actually try to remove it from that pedestal, which is actually a switch, it locks you inside the building. So, yeah, there's actually no way you can escape. So what you have to do is that you see the stone right there, and yeah, I actually didn't take it back there because I actually kind of mistook that for an egg as well. But we actually have to do just pick up the stone exactly in the same area where we fought Chaos Zero at the very beginning of the game. And then we bring it over to that building, and then what we do, I guess in kind of an homage to Indiana Jones there, that we remove remove that golden egg from the pedestal, and then replace it with that stone right there. And then after that, then we'll still be able to escape. As soon as the as long as the switch is down like that, then we'll be able to the door will stay open. It is an homage to Indiana Jones, isn't it? The first one, Raiders of the Lost Ark. It really is, and yeah, that's the reason why the stone disappears, because it wasn't the egg that I thought it was. The golden thing actually was the real Chao egg. So you can just bring it over here, and then if you bring it in, then you can actually just I don't know what you do with it. I mean, you can either just you can just care for it, or if you could, like well, actually, I'll just go over what you're gonna do with the Chao. But yeah, this is the Chao Garden right here. There's actually 3 Chao Gardens in total. This is the one for Station Square, and there's one in each of the overworld areas. So yeah, so there's one of the Chaos. He is kind of having a bit of a spaz attack. So yeah, what you do is that you basically just you know, breed Chaos or care for them and whatnot. Or yeah, I guess for the most part, just care for the Chaos, and you can just pump this tree right here. It's actually an attempt to bring in some fruits we can use to feed the Chao. But yeah, basically. Oh, you can actually use those whirlpools right here as a shortcuts to get to the other Chao Gardens of the areas. So yeah, you basically just have your own Chao with you. You can either just hatch them from eggs, and then you just you basically just raise your own Chao. And the way you do that, like, you can just either, you know, feed them with the fruit or nuts there, right there, or there's actually one other thing that I can just show up. But yeah, that's actually how you raise Chao. And there's one Chao that he's kind of pitching a fit right there because he's in the water. So let's go ahead and take him out of the water. So yeah, it's basically what Chao Gardens is. It's kind of a pet simulator kind of thing. You're just like oh, he's throwing a tantrum right there. You little shit. Yeah, don't worry, I won't do anything bad to you. So you can actually just, like, you know, you can just hold them, or I thought there was the ability to pet them, but I think that's the thing for Adventure 2. As you can see here, you can see that one Chao that's right there has bunny ears. There's actually this one cool thing you can do with the Chaos here, which I will show that off in a little bit. See, I guess what you do is you just hold on to them, and I guess just care for them. This device, this machine right here, it's actually a little Chao carrier where you can just yeah, if you have this little accessory or the device they have, which you can transfer the Chao. You know those little Bandai Tamagotchi things where you can just carry your little pets with you. I think that's how it is, or anything like that. I mean, kind of do the same with those Chaos. I think what you do is that you just you actually take that one accessory and place it right into your Dreamcast controller. And then you transfer your Chao over to that device, and what you can do, I guess, you can just take it with you anywhere you want to go. Like, you know, just basically you and your Chao can go for a little walk. But yeah, that's kind of what it is in a nutshell. Like, just raising your Chao or caring for it. And, you know, the more you do that, then the more it'll like you. In a way, though, it is kind of similar to Pokemon. Now, I mean, for one thing, the reason why I don't really do much of it, like, you can see that I kind of haven't really have a little knowledge about that. I don't necessarily use the Chao Gardens very much. Now, I know, it's very weird, because considering that as a longtime Pokemon fan, it's very weird just saying that, but I mean, in my opinion, I kind of find raising Chao a little bit more difficult than raising Pokemon, but that's just me. And this right here, as you can see where I'm playing, that's actually one of the Chao mini-games that you can do. So, what you can do with your Chao is that you can just have them participate in those little competitions, like either racing or, I guess just, I think what you do first is that you just push the ball, and then I guess, I don't know what you do with it, or what kind of buttons you have to press, but I think you have to just, I guess basically just watch your Chao race. And the only prize that you get, if you actually manage to make it to first place, or I think or I guess for participation, either one of those things, you actually, you're rewarded with an emblem for that. So it's actually another one of those ways for you to get some emblems if you want to go for an emblem completion. Is that fucking a Chao? Okay, I did not realize this. Apparently, Sonic Adventure 1 is a debut of Chao. I thought it was Adventure 2, to be honest. Yeah, well, at least he actually doesn't really become so annoying or obnoxious in this game compared to the other games and, well, compared to the rest of the series. So, what I'm actually doing right now, I do actually want to show off all three of the Chao Gardens that are accessible in each of the three adventure field areas. So we're going to go to one of the Mystic Ruins, and the next thing I actually want to show off is what we're, like, you just saw that I just departed from Windy Valley. I'm going to show off the ones, like, you know, the animals, basically, because I did mention that the animals are kind of has something to do with the Chao Gardens themselves, and also the reason why those Chaos have bunny ears. What you do with those animals is that you can actually fuse them with the Chaos themselves, and that is also another thing I'll be showing off. And this one I'm showing off here is another way to find those eggs. So there's a silver egg, so just push in that little that stone slab, and then the egg will come right out of that waterfall. So let's go ahead and take this egg right over to the Chao Garden that's in the Mystic Ruins. And there's also a bit of a difference between the Chao Gardens in the Dreamcast version and the one of the DX version. Well, at least in the case of the GameCube port. In the GameCube version of Sonic Adventure DX, you actually, if you have a Game Boy Advance and a cable that connects between the GameCube and the Game Boy Advance, you can actually transfer your Chao over to the that little. I've heard of this Chao Garden game that's for the Game Boy Advance, and you just transfer your Chao data over to that Game Boy Advance game itself, and then I guess you can just play with the Chao. So see, I kind of forgot what you do with the egg. I guess just hold on to it for a bit and then walk it around, or just run around with it until the egg hatches. Either that, or you can just throw the egg at a wall for the egg to hatch itself. So, actually, there's two ways you can go about it. So make sure you want to raise your Chao as much as you can, like either just by you know, caring for it, or holding onto it, or just feeding it. What you can also do is that, yes, there is a way for your Chao to actually hate your guts. And that is to actually abuse the ever-living shit out of Chao. So, yeah, what you can do is that you can just pick it up and then toss the Chao, just throw right to the wall, and just keep torturing it like that, and then it'll hit you so much. Yeah, you can actually torture Chao, hurt Chao, throw right against the wall, you fucking monster, and then you just, you hate, and the Chao will hate you in return. Yeah, if you have that kind of, if you have that kind of personality, or have that kind of, or if you're that kind of person who would ever do such a thing, then you can actually abuse the Chao, and you know, just, I guess just the Chao will hate you in return. Yeah, like that. You can actually do something like that. And so what I did just there was that, you saw the parrot that I just, well, I guess the parrot doesn't really disappear, but... So yeah, those animals that you release from those badniks that you destroy, you collect those, and they'll basically just come right over to the Chao Garden if you ever do decide to visit there, and then you just pick one of the animals up, and then bring it over to your Chao that you're raising, and then, and it's actually another way for it to raise its friendship level, and I guess raise its stats. I don't really know. But yeah, what it does is that actually it basically, the animal basically fuses with the Chao itself, so it actually gives it abilities, and like, you know, like I just gave this platypus to that one Chao right there, so I guess I gave it swimming abilities, and there's also the birds or the or other animals like that. So it just it gives them unique abilities for themselves after you fuse the animals with them. And I think this also allows them to do better in those Chao races. At least I think so, but I don't know that much for sure because I don't really partake in those Chao races or the or just Chao Gardens in general. So, and I'll just take this puffin right here. I think that looks like a puffin. I think it does, yeah. And so by humming this tree yet again right here, just making sweet love to the tree. And yeah, today is Valentine's Day, so I guess Sonic has found his Valentine. This tree right here. And yeah, there's this note right here, which you can use that to feed the chows, and of course that'll raise his friendship level, and he's happy right here. He's very happy. But yeah, so, yeah, I decided not to go use those transporters right here as shortcuts to get to those other Chao Gardens, because I did at least want to show you the way to get to the Chao Gardens in each of the adventure fields. So, the last Chao Garden we're going to go to is the egg carrier. And the way to get there, it may look like a bit much, but it's actually pretty easy here. Really simple. All you have to do is, you see these letter tiles, just letter switches? You just type in Eggman. Now, yeah, this is very weird, because, you know, initially, and yeah, this is before Robotnik decided to officially change his name to Eggman, just feels content with it. That, you know how initially Robotnik would just throw a temper tantrum over being called Eggman and would just insist that everybody calls him Robotnik, but nobody listens to this and just continue to call him so. In the egg carrier, he still actually puts in Eggman as his password despite all that. So maybe he's slowly starting to like the name Eggman. I guess that's the reason why he decided to call himself Eggman starting with Adventure 2. Maybe that could be it. But yeah, that's the way to get to the Chao Garden in the egg carrier. And yeah, I guess Robotnik would just, I guess he's nice enough to have a Chao Garden with him. Actually, yeah, it is possible. He actually apparently does like Chao in Adventure 2, since, well, of course, he gets to play as him. And, of course, seeing how weird he is to control Robotnik, or, I guess in this case, Eggman like that. But, you know, we'll get more of that once I do a Let's Play of Adventure 2. But yeah, I think that's about all I had to say about the Chao Gardens that we can do with them. And I think, yeah, I think I've already gone over the, what was I going to say? What I think it has to do with those, with these, those things, yeah, those, I think that's about it, yeah. So that's all you can do, just transfer your Chao data to those little Tamagotchi-like things, and then you just take your Chao with them. Oh yeah, and, I guess before I end on this video, I was going to go ahead and talk about the, those trial missions. See, I actually did try doing those myself, but I tried doing that one mission with Sonic, or at least the A mission, and it is near impossible for me to do, so I keep running into so many mishaps, so many fuck-ups, and I just couldn't do it. And that one mission, which I will explain a bit, I'll just go ahead and go over all the characters' A and B missions, and you get emblems for that too. So I'll go ahead and start with Sonic's right here, and I'm actually just looking this up because I can't really remember all the other A and B missions for the other characters. So here's Sonic's A and B missions. The B mission is for Sonic is beat the level with 50 rings, and the A mission is beat the level under the time limit. So I actually tried doing Emerald Coast, and the time limit for that is 2 minutes. I could not beat the stage in under 2 minutes. I failed every time, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I don't feel like doing this shit, so I'll just instead of just wasting my time so much and taking up more of the video itself and more memories, and I'll just talk about it instead. But yeah, that's what it is here. And for Tails, Tails' B mission is beat Sonic or Robotnik, or if it's a Speed Highway to the end with 50 rings. And the A mission is for the AI, like either Sonic or Robotnik. They'll actually go faster than the Tails. So the AI, they'll just be even faster. So yeah, this is where it's a little more challenging. And for Knuckles, Knuckles' B mission is to find 3 Emerald Shards without using any hit balls. So those balls of light, who you know, to call, she gives you those hints. You don't want to use those. And for the A mission, you find the Emerald Shards in under 1 minute, or in Skydeck 2 minutes. And for Amy stages, the B mission is to beat the level with 50 rings, and the A mission is to beat the level under the time limit. And for big stages, Big's B mission is to catch a 1,000 gram fish with, or I mean, 1,000 gram fish and Froggy. Yeah, they still want you to catch Froggy for this one. So aside from Froggy, the B mission is to catch a 1,000 gram fish, and the A mission is to catch a 2,000 gram fish. And last but not least, Gamma's missions. The B mission is to beat the level with 50 rings, and the A mission is to beat the level with more than the time limit. So that's all the missions that they would go over, and I think that's all there is for this bonus video. And now, for the second bonus video, is going to be a rather special one, because the second one is where I actually show off the DX version, and it'll actually be the GameCube version. There's actually I think a couple of new things that the new exclusive things that the DX version has. Like one of them is the mission mode, where you basically just go in the overworld or in the stages. You find those little mission cards, and it tells you what mission you have to do, and you just do that kind of mission, stuff like that. So I'm gonna be showing that off, and maybe some other things I think that the DX version might have. I'm not sure, but that's what we'll be doing. What we'll be doing in the second bonus video. So. Till next time, see you guys later.